Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Until we see a significant increase in XRP volume compared to Bitcoin, the price of XRP is linked to the market makers wash trading, not arbitrage, and high-frequency trading bots. This coming from Vincent Van Code. You know, he did bring up another good point here in another tweet that I kind of just wanted to share with you guys just briefly here. The minute chart for XRP to BTC. So essentially, what he's saying here is this, okay? It's not whales, it's not institutions sitting in a chat session going 1, 2, 3, dump now. At least not on the Binance exchange, guys. All these cryptocurrencies dump at the exact same time, and he's illustrated this with the minute chart for XRP and for BTC. So on the minute, we see minute to minute coordinated dumps for these particular cryptocurrencies. This is, as he says, these are sophisticated bots that operate across multiple tokens with a war chest of hundreds of millions of dollars. Wouldn't surprise me if this was Binance themselves. Now, I think Binance was already accused of doing this, but these are the Binance charts. I mean, who's watching them? No one reviews trades, cross-match against order books and users. Retail and anyone trying to trade this to make profit short-term is either gambling or using bots themselves. So really what we need, really what he's saying here is that we need real-world demand for certain cryptos so that these numbers go up, the volume goes up, and these cryptos can kind of break away from this spec market. That said, I don't want to worry you guys. I mean, the crypto market is still a very viable option to create wealth, even though it is or can be highly manipulated. There, like I've said a million times, there are certain entities that own large quantities of Bitcoin. People who got into this space a decade ago who can manipulate the market. I've mentioned this on this channel, so if you don't think this market is manipulated, well, you better, maybe do some more research. Currently, though, we've got one Bitcoin going for about $97,000 per coin. Nothing has really changed in terms of this trend. We've been just seeing it pretty much trade sideways since, pretty much since mid-November when we got up to this level in and around here of about $91,000 per coin. That is the base. The top up here for Bitcoin, $109,000. So we really do need to get up past this new all-time high, and we got to get up past it with conviction. Like I've said in the past, it could be one of these things where it happens very fast, or it could be one of these things that just kind of meanders for a little bit longer. Then we form a base on support, which would be kind of nice to do, forming a nice base up here on top of former support, and then another liftoff. I mean, there are several months left in this particular cycle if we're going by the 4-year theory. Fear and greed, guys, that's up to 40. Bitcoin dominance dropping a little bit. So some altcoins yesterday have taken a bit of market share. You can see the market cap is up over 3% and volume is up over 3% as well. So right now we've got Binance Coin double digits up over 12%. XRP's up 3.23. Ethereum's up to 5.7. Bitcoin also gained a little bit of steam, up over 2%. So some of the altcoins have, some of them been doing better than others. Obviously, Suicoin also up double digits. What else is up here? We're not seeing single digits mostly. I mean, the space isn't really ripping as of yet. We will know when that time comes. But Kathy Wood here, guys, still claiming $1.5 million for Bitcoin is incoming. Listen to this.
We'll jog over to another part of the big ideas that I know many people enjoy, and that is about crypto assets or digital assets. And you'll see how we get to our base case for the Bitcoin price and our bull case. Many people know us for our bull case, $1.5 million, and we actually think the odds have gone up that our bull case will be the right number because of what is becoming the institutionalization of this new asset class. So many institutional investors are now looking at Bitcoin and thinking that they need to add it to their asset allocation because its return profile looks so much different and its risk profile looks so much different from all of the other assets in their portfolios.
Yeah, I mean, cryptocurrency is a very, very different asset class. I don't doubt that for a second, Kathy. But institutions really won't get on board until they have that clarity. And it's looking as though we're getting, slowly but surely, another step forward here, guys. Eleanor Turret has got the scooplet. Okay, with digital assets becoming a top priority for regulators, the SEC and CFTC are actually currently discussing ways in which they can effectively collaborate on crypto regulation. So this is new news just coming out from Fox Business. One idea is to reinstate the charter for the CFTC-SEC Joint Advisory Committee, which was established in 2010 to provide a vehicle for discussion on emerging regulatory issues that affect both agencies. The committee has been inactive, though, since 2014. Acting Chair Caroline Pham has called to reform the advisory committee last year, calling it a strong signal of a new collaborative and cooperative U.S. regulatory approach to digital assets. So that is what she said. But guys, these two organizations could in fact, I didn't realize that there was a committee for this, that it was established in 2010, and that the committee has actually been inactive since 2014. I wonder what the reasons were for that. As I mentioned yesterday, if you guys didn't catch out the video I did yesterday afternoon, talking about Brian Quintenz, his criticism of Gary Gensler, and how now Quintenz is saying that the CFTC should really be the one regulatory body that does focus on cryptocurrencies. I'll link that video up here if you guys didn't catch it. So what was I going to say there? He had been nominated, just nominated as of the time of the recording of that video. But guys, now it's his great honor to be nominated by the president as the next chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, where I had served as a commissioner in his last administration. So it looks as though Brian Quintenz is now actually on the docket here. Brad Garlinghouse sending out a congratulatory message. The CFTC plays a vital role in making sure the U.S. has the most robust capital markets in the world. Congrats to Brian Quintenz on your nomination. So I don't know, is he actually in now? The CFTC plays a critical role in maintaining robust hedging and price discovery markets that are the envy of the globe. The agency is also well poised to ensure the USA leads the world in blockchain technology and innovation. I look forward to working with the president's incredible financial regulatory team. So yeah, it looks as though he is now finally in. James Rule here saying congrats. Hester Peirce also congratulating Brian Quintenz. May the best blockchain win, says Vincent Van Code. Congrats, Brian, says Tony Edward. And Wendy O also with a congratulatory message, along with Kenny Nguyen, Digital Assets Daily, Micah, and a whole bunch of other people in the XRP community. So it's looking as though Brian Quintenz is now going to be in that position. And I do suggest you guys watch the video I did yesterday if you haven't already. I added a little clip of Brian Quintenz from a video I did a few years ago. So it is interesting to watch that in today's context now. Jeremy Hogan also saying, the head of the CFTC will eventually likely be more important to the crypto space than the head of the SEC. Well, that is I don't know. I guess if the SEC gets more jurisdiction over cryptocurrencies. In this news story from Eleanor Turich, she's saying, there might be an advisory committee, but it might mean that the CFTC will still have most jurisdiction over cryptocurrencies. I guess it's going to really depend on how these cryptos are classified. And Brian Quintenz is a solid A, maybe an A+, but I never gave A pluses when I was a teacher either. So even Jeremy Hogan here saying, positive news for the United States of America, having Brian Quintenz as Trump's pick. Another Trump pro-crypto appointee has been nominated, this time Jonathan Gould, former Bitfury legal chief and ex-BlackRock director, to lead the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, overseeing major U.S. banks. So this courtesy of Marty Party here. Gould, who served in Trump's first administration at the OCC, has pushed for fair banking access for crypto firms as opposed to Operation Choke Point 2.0, the Biden-era initiative cutting off banks from crypto businesses. His nomination singles a pro-crypto shift in U.S. banking policy alongside other crypto-friendly Trump picks, including Brian Quintenz for CFTC chair. And so he's also stating here goes trillions in stablecoins minted by U.S. banks. Be prepared, networks that are moving stablecoins will appreciate in value. So the XRP ledger minting RLUSD, these are going to be the chains to focus on, guys, in 2025. And for more information on what I'm going to be doing, what my thoughts are for this particular bull run, you can follow my trading journey over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I also wanted to bring this up from Smoke. Okay, institutions. Okay, and this is the shift that we really should be paying more attention to, because before, crypto was fun, the prices went up, we were all happy, but it wasn't a big space. We were all trading, we're all retail traders trading in this space, and we would see, these very illiquid markets go up really, really fast. But guys, now that the institutions are coming in, that is a huge inflow of new money and big money. It'll dwarf retail like you wouldn't believe. Institutions are paying more attention to XRP because it is outperforming Bitcoin to date. And this is what institutions are seeing. This rally feels different. This rally is expected to expand beyond Bitcoin and other assets. The narrative is changing right in front of you. XRP is on their minds. So Smoke saying this, beyond Bitcoin, as you guys can see from some of these papers, the same can be said for other assets the SEC has previously deemed to be crypto asset securities such as Solana, XRP, and even ADA. We've already seen some major rallies in these tokens since the election, with XRP even outperforming Bitcoin year to date. So this rally feels different. The fact that they're even focusing on other cryptocurrencies that are outperforming Bitcoin, I think that is ultimately a very, very good sign. Even Mr. Man here saying, institutions are definitely paying more attention to XRP and comparing it to Bitcoin. So XRP versus Bitcoin transactions, XRP versus Bitcoin prices in the United States. It looks like the institutions are speaking, but are you paying attention? This is a document put out by Wisdom Tree Funds 2 months ago. So from Wisdom Tree, who, by the way, did apply for an XRP ETF recently, XRP's efficiency makes it a strong contender for real-time payments, while Bitcoin's slower pace emphasizes security and decentralization. The road ahead. Can XRP catch up, though? Okay, so we got mass adoption. XRP must see a surge in usage for payments, remittances, and other applications. Regulatory clarity. Favorable regulations could attract more institutional investment. Well, we're working on those right now. Ecosystem expansion, new partnerships and innovations extending XRP's utility beyond payments. Market sentiment, a broader pivot towards altcoins over Bitcoin. And guys, even just the interest, okay? Bitcoin and XRP prices. And they've caught up over time. As you guys can see, Bitcoin is in the dark blue there and XRP in the light blue. And it is the re-election of Donald Trump, known for his pro-crypto stance. That has injected fresh optimism into the market, with expectations of favorable regulatory policies giving both Bitcoin and XRP a price lift. But it is the institutional money that I think we should be paying attention to. Even SBI Holdings, their financial results, note in their brief that the value of XRP effectively held by Ripple will not be reflected in the company's corporate value until a clear valuation is established through an IPO or other means. Very, very interesting. I guess maybe SBI knows something we don't know. I don't think this is the first time they've hinted towards a Ripple IPO either. So they are not considering the XRP that Ripple holds as on their balance sheet. They're not considering in the value of the company. This was stated in this report, which is unfortunately in Japanese, the Strategic Business Innovator Report for 2025 from SBI Holdings. Again, I will link this in the description of the video. There's no way for me to just kind of translate this on the fly, but I take Sento Sumo Saba's word for it. The XRP held by Ripple not being reflected in the company's corporate valuation until a clear valuation is established. So that is the most interesting point of this. A clear valuation is established through an IPO or other means, meaning Ripple's current valuation not clear because they do still hold XRP that could be moved, transferred to another institution, to another big player, maybe some governments, spread out among central banks. Who knows what the plan is? But what this document is saying here from SBI Holdings is that they are not going to be calculating that until there is a clearer picture. So thank you to Crypto Eddie just for posting that. Oh yeah, right. And then there was this, guys, courtesy of Bank XRP here on Twitter. Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse and Mike Novogratz apparently lent MoonPay, which is, by the way, a Ripple partner, $160 million to launch trumpcoin. So here's a story from the When Shift Happens podcast. This is almost a 6-minute clip. Basically, the first 4 minutes or so was the run-up, just the story. I'm not going to play the full thing just for time, but I wanted to play you guys a clip near the end here where this guy here, Keith Grossman, basically admits that Mike Novogratz and Brad Garlinghouse lent MoonPay money to launch the Trump token. Listen to this.
Ivan comes running over to my room in his bathrobe. And so Ivan goes, you know who I could text, who I think could come through is Brad Garlinghouse. So Ivan texts Brad at 7 a.m. Brad responds immediately. He says, no problem, guys, meet me at the Waldorf Astoria at 10:45 in the morning. And Ivan goes into explaining to him, yesterday Novogratz gave us $100 million. Like, we underestimated this demand of this Trump token. And Brad goes, well, listen, same thing as Mike. I'm going to call our CFO and chief legal officer, see what we can do. Here's the deal. We want to help you, but you got to get Novo's team to approve it, which is fair. They helped us out the night before, and it was the right thing. To Galaxy's team's credit, they're like, listen, guys, like, if they repaper everything, you're never going to make your deadline at the end of the day. It was like 5 o'clock at night. What we suggest is, why doesn't Ripple wire the money to Galaxy, and then Galaxy can wire the money to MoonPay. And at 11:58 on Sunday, another $60 million comes through. Monday comes around and the acquirers start to pay us back from the floats in Europe, but it's still a holiday in the US. Tuesday comes around, like we have access to our capital again. All of the US acquirers start to pay us back. And by Tuesday, I think around 2:58 in the afternoon, we paid back the entire loan. What I walked away from was these are just two amazing individuals. To the level that, like, when you said that you had Novogratz on your podcast and you spoke to him, if Mike or Brad ever needed a kidney, I should be the first call they give. I would give both of my kidneys. To put into context how big the Trump coin was and the Melania coin was and how it impacted MoonPay, over the course of a week, we onboarded 750,000 new consumers. That was my weekend, which was, I hope.
Well, that was his weekend. And that, of course, is Keith Grossman, the president of enterprise at MoonPay, as you guys can see here from the official MoonPay website. And even David Schwartz confirming this. So I guess this is public now. I guess, I don't know, maybe they weren't supposed to make it public. Nevertheless, it is. We can see who's can flex in the space, right? Guys with money. And these companies are getting bigger and bigger, which is giving them more power, more say. Now, Austin King, guys, explains why he thinks XRP, for example, will surpass Ethereum. He was asked this question. He says, there's really only two contenders for the number 2 spot. And yeah, XRP is one of them. Listen to this.
One conversation that we've been having is there going to be a day where an altcoin dethrones Ethereum? And obviously, the altcoin that we've been discussing is XRP, and it fits into the conversations that we've had earlier today. The prospect of tokenized assets, the stablecoin, and all the new exciting things coming to the ledger. My question to you is, do you believe there'll be a day where another altcoin passes Ethereum in market cap? And if so, will it be XRP? Maybe you can explain your reasoning.
You guys are going to really put me on the spot here and make my ETH community hate me. Yeah, I mean, my simple answer is yeah. I do not think that Ethereum is going to be the second largest. I don't think ETH, the asset, is going to be the second largest market cap coin if we're looking into the future here. And so, yeah, I mean, I'll just give you my unbiased take. I've built in the Ethereum ecosystem for a while. I built in the XRP ecosystem. I've worked in I like integrated Lightning Network in like 2018 into the Interledger network. So I've worked across all these like major networks. And honestly, Ethereum is not, ETH, the asset, is not in a good place. And so the TLDR on what's happened is it had this like fantastic opportunity where it was the first like really large scale deflationary network. So like not only was it finite supply like Bitcoin, there was actually less Ethereum each month that passed. So this was super cool because it was literally a deflationary currency. That's not the case anymore. It started externalizing activity to these L2s, which most of them are just run on a single computer. It's not even like they're like a decentralized network. And it's inflationary again. I can tell you, so my background, like I studied computer science at Harvard. I did a ton of engineering in my first company, and I do a lot of research here, even though I'm not coding anymore. My engineering brain does not see a path to Ethereum ever becoming inflationary again or deflationary again. And so, I mean, this past weekend, I was talking with more kind of like ETH insider people, and like a lot of people are bearish right now because none of us like can think with our engineering brains and see a path forward that is super bullish for ETH, the asset. So do I think that other coins will surpass? We've talked about this, like the flippening idea for a while. It's been talked about this with like XRP and Sol flippening ETH. Yeah, I mean, my simple answer is like, if you look at current trajectories, I do think that Ethereum is going to fall from being the number 2 asset in market cap. And honestly, there's a number, like I think Sol and XRP are both like serious contenders for that number 2 spot today. So I hate to say that as somebody that has like really, I really care about Ethereum. Like I have for years, and I've tried to contribute a lot to that ecosystem, but thinking like pragmatically about the like how the market is viewing this asset, kind of bearish. Actually, not kind of bearish. It's like it's pretty bearish.
Wow, not only is Austin King neutral on Ethereum, he actually thinks that XRP and Solana, coming from a practical perspective, because he's a developer, guys, he's saying whether it's XRP or the Solana network, one of these two coins has a very high probability of flipping Ethereum because Ethereum, well, it's just not that good. So I guess now the question becomes, when will we see that? If we do in fact see that, will it be when we do see that next pump to the upside? How high does XRP really need to go before it does flip Ethereum? Well, we can do some simple math here, actually. It wouldn't actually have to get that high if we were to just take 330.4, let's say, and divide that by 143.2. XRP would only have to go up 2.3x. So basically, times 2.3, $5.70 or above. I think we did calculate this in a previous video. Nevertheless, I think that is very achievable, but that's just my opinion. And if you guys want to hear more of my opinions about this particular bull run where I'm going to be cashing out in my cryptos, all that fun stuff, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.